Hello, everyone. Welcome again to a tenacious Tuesday. You know, we have been positioned and we have been commissioned and we have been anointed, chosen, and appointed to represent the entire world, to represent children, to represent everyone, because children here are represented as totality of every child. We see the child from all angles, not leaving behind anything. And when we do that, it therefore means that we are also doing it for the parents, for families. Everyone matters. Remember, Mr. Ashmufara says, everyone matters. No one is going to be left behind. So I am just so fired up and excited with this that finally, I get to do those things that matter. Unpassive is here from the heart, and unpassive is not just for us. It is going beyond us, but we must empower ourselves, our immediate family, so that together we can begin to move out, because unpassive is here for the entire world. Never before seen in the history of humanity that somebody came up. I would say this is one of the prophets. The prophets are ordinary people like you and I, but God chose everyone and commissioned them, appointed them, and anointed them to do something. And I feel deeply down in my soul that Mr. Ashmufara is one of them. Otherwise, why are we here? Why are we given this business almost like it's for free? So this is very, very important that we take it seriously, because the energy that you put in what we are doing here is exactly the energy that you're going to get out or more. So let us put our souls here. But that also means that you put your soul and spirit into something when you truly love and care for your own self first, because we must not pretend to want to help children when we cannot help ourselves. We need to help ourselves first. And if you have anything that you want us to talk about as you deem it necessary, or you see it around your environment with children or families, please bring it up. This stage, this platform is open for everyone, particularly our children, with attention to young girls. And happy International Women History Month again. We're going to keep celebrating until the end of the month. We celebrate women and young girls all the time, but we have to choose a specific time to do that, because we have a lot of specific holidays in the world, but this time around, the women's holidays included. So we're going to do exactly the same, because where there is a woman, there is growth. Where there is a woman, there is the cradle that love, the center of the home, the center of every society. And the woman is also the cornerstone. When you invest in a woman, you have invested in yourself, you have invested in your family, you've invested in your village, you have invested in the global world. Mr. Ashmufara said it during Women International Day, that if we don't know that the woman is the propeller in every society, then he does not know what else. And so this is how much he attaches importance to women. And now we have all women. This is the noblest of jobs. I don't see any other thing that we can do but what Mr. Ashman Farah is doing. And now we are all together doing this because he brought us in to do this together. And we must do it to the best of our ability, not just thinking about ourselves, but we have to be able to think about others, beginning with our own children, because God has commissioned us and blessed us with those children to love them, to nurture them, to raise them the way they're supposed to go. So thank you guys so much for being here. I'm always so excited. Whether I get enough sleep or not, I don't know the energy, but I think my energy must have come from the Lord, because I sleep at 1 something a.m., but then when it's time, I get up.
Yes.
Just go away. So I guess it's a habit, but we thank God for good health, because without that health, we will not have any wealth. So thank you guys so much for being here. I see Dr. Benny is contributing in the chat. Thank you so much, Dr. Benny, for contributing in the chat among our audience. That really makes a great difference as well. So, and today we are in the series, Oh Bless, O-CADEMY Revolution, part 83. Part 83. we are climbing higher and higher. And just so you guys know, there are people that are investing here in One Global Movement. They're going to come, especially technical people. They're going to start coming now to really be speaking, not only about the technical aspect, because as on Perseverance, there is no reason why we should be encouraging or sharing our product links without knowing those products. We must know our products. We must know them in order to teach them, because what One Global Movement is going to do also is to really put those products into simple terms in PowerPoint forms, that we will put them online so that we will direct everyone, children, to go there and start educating themselves. And from time to time, we ourselves, we're going to be talking on them. But we need to understand the technical aspect, especially with those that are so technical, because my field is not in the technical aspect. And I know my sister Yvonne as well too is not, but we are fast learning about everything. So we're in O-CADEMY Revolution Part 83. Now, this is very important, especially everywhere, not even especially, but with some cultures in particular. But this is everywhere. Marriage or education first for the young girls. What do you think? Is it marriage first or education first for the young girls? What is your opinion on this? Please, please, please contribute. What do you see in your family? What do you do? What do you think? What do you see around your environment? What is your culture like? What is the trend of the interaction between men and women in terms of marriage, in terms of maybe cohabiting or coming together? What do you see? What is the trend? And I'm going to speak on this because I am really I pay particular attention, because I escaped death, as I would say, because I would have been one of them that got married at 11 years old. So, but because of my grandmother, and because most importantly, because of Almighty God, God commissioned me for a mission, and I must not play with this, because this is my life. This is my life. So thank you guys so much for being here today. We always like to start with beautiful quotes that are teaching us by those that have gone before us, those that are still here too. They are also teaching us, because we are here where we are because somebody taught us. That's why we are here. And so we are going to also teach others, so that tomorrow they will also be referring to us and learning from us. So if we truly desire to develop a better society where humans can survive with high moral values, then start taking care of the females in all aspects, respects, and situations. That is something that I coined myself. If we truly desire to develop a better society where humans can survive with high moral values, then start taking care of the females in all aspects, respects, and situations. Very important, all round. And when we say females, we also mean male, because I cannot see my daughter do well without seeing my son do well also. So this is very important. So education is the key for women to achieve economic independence. Education, no matter which way we go, no matter what we say, education is very important. And what we are doing here is education. Doesn't have to be the global generalized way of education or form with papers with no morals attached to it. We need to do the real education that comes from Almighty God, lining our core, our inner core, lining ourselves, how we speak, how we eat, how we walk, how we lace with others, with moral values according to the way the scripture has written it. It is very, very important. And One Global Movement cannot dwell or teach or interact any way, shape, or form without those moral principles. And we know we come from Unpassive. We know who our CEO is. He is a very spiritual being, and we have to continue on this path. Otherwise, we will not be helping the future at all. Not at all. And we want to do that. So, majority of countries have given women the right to education, but equal access for them, equal access for women, it still remains a big problem. They have given the right. On paper, it is written, and everybody can see that it is written. But is it has it been given equal access to every female child? When you are giving your young daughter away into marriage, therefore means you're not giving her an equal access to that education. And when we have in our societies or our family rules and regulations or values, we do not really talk about these things that, we need to raise, nurture, and educate our children in a certain way before they can marry. Then we are not addressing the situation as well. Are you the one following a culture that is really, really killing your own daughters, your own children? Are you just sitting back and watching at a culture that has been written by people against the female child, the woman and the female child, or women and children? Then we need to stand up and speak. Remember, the scripture says, speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Speak up and judge fairly. Speak up for the downtrodden, for the abused, for the hungry, for the illiterate. Speak up. Speaking up doesn't just mean you're just talking. You have to do it. You write a book to really, really begin to depict all these aspects in a culture that is going against women and children, particularly the female child. This is very important. I place emphasis on this because I went through this a lot. But the last straw, my grandmother said, no, it would never happen. And that's why I'm here today to share these things with you guys. So, majority of countries have given women the right on paper for equal education, but equal access is not yet there. And why? Why? Begin to ask yourself, what are you seeing in your community? Please write it down, because this is going to help a lot. This is going to help one global movement a lot to reach every child where they are all over the world. There are consequences, really like deadly consequences of not educating girls. They're deadly, I'm telling you. As per a report, when girls are out of school, they are more likely to become child brides, vulnerable to diseases like HIV, and more likely to stay behind than society forever. Yes, these girls, when they're not sent to school, what do they do next? They occupy themselves with men who are luring them, and not knowing the kind of relationship that they are getting into because they've not been educated. Now you find them continuing the cycle of poverty, abuse, negligence, and illiteracy. And so, what are we doing about it? Ask yourself. We have O-CADEMY right now. We have it. What are you going to do with O-CADEMY? Are you just going to sit there and trying to make money off O-CADEMY? No, O-CADEMY is not going to be like that, because this company is built up based on spirituality, based on the highest being. Because anybody that is going to try to misuse the products for causes that are not clean in the eyes of God, I don't think it's going to work. It will not work. We know that. So, in many developed, remember, developed as well as developing countries, millions of females do not finish school when they are forced by society, culture, circumstances, or by the threat of violence, threat of war, threat of whatever kind of war. They did not finish school. They dropped out of school. And we see around the world, I say this from experience from my own country of birth, where you see these soldiers are raping young girls. When they're sent to go do the jobs, this young girl, I cried about 3 years ago, like I will not stop. This little girl is going to the store to buy. And she just had a baby. She told you. And you raped her again. And she became pregnant. It's horrible. Due to such things, women, young girls and even children entirely. The household, we have to focus on the entire household, because how you relate to your daughter is exactly how that daughter is going to relate to you and their siblings and their brothers. This is very important. So, due to such things, they focus on the household, caregiving, and child rearing responsibilities. Like the woman is like a garden where somebody goes and plant a seed, and then abandon it and expect to go harvest. Expect the garden that you've planted that seed, to nurture that seed, to water it, to weed it, to nurture it to grow, and then you just come and harvest it. Women are seen in that regard, especially in certain cultures, but in all cultures, in one way or the other. So if you truly want to empower a young girl, a young woman, or a woman, then you must contribute to giving her all the rights and access, true access to education. Very important. Education, me this Monday, education saved my life. That is why I'm putting emphasis on this. Without education, my dear brothers and sisters, I would not be here today. So education is paramount. It is the most powerful weapon, in the words of President Nelson Mandela. Even Malala Yousafzai has proven this several times, and she is just a child because she was almost assassinated, and because she chose education. Now she is the number one advocate for young girls' education in the world, and she is only a child. What are we doing? Do we just say this? That's not my concern. Yes, it is our concern. What affects Malala Yousafzai in Pakistan is affecting all the young girls in the United States. It's affecting even the young boys as well, because somehow in the future, they're going to meet together, because that's the way God created it. So this is very, very important. It is because only education can give young girls the strength to sustain themselves in society in the long run, and sustain their children, and sustain their families, and sustain their communities and the global village. This is very important. But I'm so happy, and my mind is resting, because I know that we are using O-CADEMY right now. We are using O-Bless right now. We are using O-Women right now. We are using O-Connect right now. We are using O-Play right now. We are using O-Child, even if it's not there. I know that Mr. Ashmufara is going to put it there, because this company is built upon the foundation of the future, unpassive. So this is very, very important. So now I am going to throw the ball open here, but before I throw it, I am just going to talk about one powerful, powerful woman in the world, Angelina Jolie. She's one of my mentors and my stars, because she does not mix her words when it comes to children, especially the female child. She doesn't. She says there is no greater pillar of stability than a strong, free, and educated woman. That's what Angelina Jolie says. Angelina Jolie gave a powerful speech at the biannual African Union Summit, utilizing her star power, because she's a star, to draw attention to women's rights across the globe. She is a star with a difference, just so you know. She does not play. She has adopted children, and among those children are young girls, and she's taking very good care of those children. She does not play with her children. She educates those children. She loves those children. Angelina's speech was narrowed to the need of the global economy to address the violence and human rights violations that impact all females around the world. We need to address it. She revealed that women and girls are bearing the brunt. They're bearing the brunt of extremists, and to reveal in treating them barbarically. Girls, young girls, women, they're bearing the brunt of extremists. And we all have extremists around us, even in our homes, and who are treating them barbarically. They do whatever they want. They defile the woman's body and leave the woman traumatized and ashamed for almost the rest of their lives, and they can't function well. And then some develop, a lot of them develop mental illnesses. This is what she's fighting for. She did not just raise the problem, but finish her address by offering solutions to these ongoing problems. Angelina Jolie's solution to the global issues affecting young girls is that Angelina Jolie, known for her extensive humanitarian work, has addressed various issues impacting women and young girls around the world. While she hasn't proposed a single solution to address all forms of violence and human rights violations affecting females globally, she has advocated for a multifaceted approach. Multi, not just one single. That means she's tackling the whole world and including every child, every woman, every young girl. One of Angelina Jolie's focus has been on advocating for the rights of refugees and displaced persons, including women and young girls who are often particularly vulnerable to violence and exploitation in conflict zones, especially in these refugee camps. I have been to school with one lady that was, the mother was raped in a refugee camp. And she is also here in the United States. So Angelina has spoken out against sexual violence in conflict and has worked with organizations like the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees to provide support and protection to those affected. Additionally, Angelina Jolie has been involved in campaigns to combat gender-based violence and promote gender equality. This includes supporting initiatives that aim to empower women economically, politically, and socially, as well as advocating for legal reforms to strengthen protections for women and girls against violence and discrimination. So Angelina involves a combination of raising awareness, because if they are not educated, if they are not aware, and they cannot be advocated for. So she's raising awareness, advocating for policy change, supporting grassroots initiatives, and providing direct assistance to those in need, all aimed at addressing the various forms of violence and human rights violations impacting females and young girls worldwide. And I am also reaching out to Angelina Jolie. It might take a year, it might take two, it might not even stay that long, but I am reaching out to all the women and people in the world that are advocating for women's education and also going against violence. So these are the kind of people that we advocate for. We write to so that they can come here and really talk, and they will. They will. Of God. They will. So, Sister Yvonne, I will let you share your contribution, because there are a lot of things that the women are doing around the world, and we ourselves here in Unpassive are doing the same thing, because nobody wants to see their daughter in without an education. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you, Dr. Mundih. So the question is, what is your opinion about marriage or education? And of course, education is first, because education gives you options and choices. I mean, some young girls don't even know that that's an option for them to make that choice, right? They don't know any of that kind of stuff. So education can reduce and eventually eliminate child marriage, as you were saying, because that is one of the most atrocious things that's happening today. And at least, I mean, I don't think a 5-year-old girl is going to be choosing marriage, right? So she should be educated, and then, because some people are not going, young girls, old girls, men, or some people will not choose marriage. They will choose to do other things in this world. And that's what education does. I was reading, I'll just read you what I saw here. It says, every girl has the right to decide her own future, but not every girl knows this. That's why empowering girls is so crucial to ending child marriage. When girls are confident in their abilities, armed with knowledge of their rights, and supported by peer groups of other empowered girls, they are able to stand up and say no to injustices like child marriage. Empowered girls are able to reshape perspectives and challenge conventional norms of what it seems to be a girl. You see, it's the perception. This is what is leading to the keeping down of young women, if you want to call it that. It's perception, as if young women are not equal to young men, right? The opportunities, as you said, it's written down on paper that young girls and young women should be educated, but in actuality, it is not happening because poverty and cultural norms are still barriers to them accessing that. Look at what Malala went through. I mean, she was almost killed simply because she wanted to go to school. This is ridiculous. So this is what it is. It's education, but actually it's education for everybody at this point, because we need to. Poverty and lack of education are two beasts. They're terrible things in the world, and it becomes a vicious cycle. Because one of the reasons that these cultures are giving their young girls into marriage is because of poverty, right? They see them as income, right?
Yep.
And that's what we have to find out. How can we lessen this bind? Because they're linked together. The young girl is not seen as a candidate for education because she can bring cheap revenue into the family. Let's call it what it is, right? She's dispensable and expendable. And if that doesn't change, we will still have those cultures that say, you know, I have a young girl, give me 2 cows or whatever you want to call it. And we have to stop that. So it's education and poverty that's the problem.
Yes, I agree. I agree. I totally agree. And education and poverty, ignorance, ignorance. And when they do get that education, they are barricaded. When they write it on paper, they are barricaded because they are female, because of their gender, that you cannot go to school. You have to go in marriage. How on earth would you have a baby girl? You already gave that baby away into marriage to an old person. And that's why when I keep telling these people, they think that I don't know what they think about me, but it is true. When you go into the nursing homes around us here in other countries, those that are mostly majority in the nursing home are women. Why? Because a lot of them got married to older men that they would die before them. And now we remain widows and a lot of women in the world. This is not okay. Last year, I cried here because why? Somebody sent me this video of this little girl, little 10-year-old girl who they told her not to go to school. She said she will go to school. Now she picked up her books to go to school. This village, a whole entire village, the father was beating this girl mercilessly, including other young men. They were beating her. I was shouting by myself. And the mother could not help because the mother herself is intimidated. And this girl cried. And they called me, they sent it to me that I should find out where this is happening so we can take action. I contacted some people, even right here in On-Passive. For sure, those people were not happy that I was doing that. And then instead of collaborating with me, they were instead going against me for even trying to find out about it. I contacted the embassy here because they told me that I will not call the country just so I don't want people to. I contacted their embassy here, and they said it was not them. I said, do you know where? I kept finding out. But thank God, at last and finally, I got the news that those men and the father were taken in and the girl was taken away from them.
Oh, thank God.
A 10-year-old. Oh. Who do you want a 10-year-old? A 10-year-old that will get pregnant when they start the first menstruation cycle, they get pregnant. By the time that they are 30, 35, 40, they die of obstetric fistula. Oh. This is a horrible thing.
It's and the thing is, when you look at the other side of it, what these villages and what these families will go through to send the boy off to education. First of all, that's unbalanced then, because who is he going to marry when he comes back to his village? If that's, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's so ridiculous because they will move heaven and earth to educate the boy child, right? Even if he doesn't even have the brain. Sometimes the girls are smarter, but they don't see the unfairness of that. And who will he marry when he comes back then?
They don't see it because they are so short-sighted. They're egoistic. They want to gain power, that it has to come the way I say it, not
Yes.
even thinking, what about you? Most of the girls that were pushed into marriage, like one of my brothers, may his soul continue to rest in peace, he said, father, this Mundih that you hate so much because the grandmother has refused her from getting married, this Mundih will be the one to feed you, to help you with your hospital bills, to send you to the hospital, to clothe you, to do every of the things that you want to do. This Mundih will bury you. That's exactly what happened. This Mundih will be the Messiah upon all these other children that you think they are your legal children. This Mundih will be the one to, and that's exactly what happened. You know, so when we are doing this, the female children, they build a lot, but most of the time in silence, because psychologically we've been so defeated for a long time that we don't matter. We have to stay in our spot. You cannot do this. You want to do it, you do it in hiding because you don't want to be criticized for trying to do it more than the men. Even in some marriages, they fight because the woman knows more than.
Yes, absolutely.
Judge Judy here I love Judge Judy. Judge Judy says this openly. I like to watch Judge Judy a lot. Judge Judy, you know why I divorced my husband? Because he was intimidated. I'm smarter than him. You know.
You know something, Dr. Mundih, but that's becoming increasingly so now. You know that, right?
Yes.
Women are becoming out. They are because we have something to prove. Let's face it, we do.
Yeah,
we are outstripping the men,
yes.
And the thing is, unfortunately, it's only making situations worse for us. I can't wait for the day when it's balanced out properly. I probably won't live to see that, but that is something that is so worth fighting. And
you won't live to see, but you'll build a stage and the foundation.
Exactly.
We are doing that. And the thing now is, like we always say, we cannot educate the female child without the male child. One global movement would never do that. But here's the thing. We need to start thinking, who are these men going to marry? Going to marry the same women that don't know anything, were not sent to school? We need to start educating these children equally, giving them, just give them the opportunity, expose them to the opportunity. It will be up to their own mental mindset and their gift to choose to say, oh, I can do this, I cannot do this. Because women are increasingly taking care of the entire family. Wouldn't you be happy to marry a woman that knows? And there are some very good men out there. When their women know, they are so happy. They say, my wife is this, my wife is this. They are pushing the woman to do even more, because when we are a family, I believe the resources, be them what kind of resources, are for the family. It's not for anything else. That's what makes us happy, bringing our resources together to raise our family in a good way. So, Esther is here. So this is very important that we educate these young girls, because when you educate a young girl will make sure that the children are well educated, and the entire family, the young girl will want to make sure that the husband or the entire family is well taken care of. So let us do this, please. If we come from that culture, let us begin to find ways. And we don't know how we're going to do it, like Sister Yvonne said, but guess what? It will be done. The world has changed. Look at the artificial intelligence, high technology. Do it. And the more you try to barricade these girls from education, the more they want to do it. The more they want to do it. It's just like me. If you say I can't do this, guess what? I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Thank God for Unpassive and Academy. Oh, wow.
Welcome. It's a wonderful topic here.
Welcome, Sister Esther. Yes.
Joining from the classroom.
Yes.
Okay, good for you. Lifelong learning.
Yeah. Education. Don't you see? You're a woman from the classroom. You're joining.
Okay, it's your turn, Sister Esther, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
She said, yeah.
Marriage or education first?
Yes.
What is your opinion? Well, we Africans, you know what it is like, that we acquire education first before marriage.
Yes.
in order
That's
to
very
give you a standing
yes.
in your husband's home.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to be relegated to the floor.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You just want to be out there as a woman that knows it all. You don't. You want to know your good and the good and the bad. You want to stand your grounds. You will not want to be pushed around.
That's right.
Even if some people sometimes they make let me just say the mistake of marrying first before education, but that still will not stop you from getting that desired education you want.
Right.
Because you want to stand out in the society like any other person. Education is very important in the life of every human being, whether man or woman. It's not only women, but most importantly women, because we are the ones that feel so inferior when we do not have that education. We find it difficult to mingle with people of different classes. Okay, the men, they can pose it and be their hippie type and move around without you knowing that there is nothing in them. But for us women, we just need to be out there standing firm with confidence. And the only thing that can give us that confidence is that education.
Yes.
Once you are educated, the sky is your limit. Nobody will write down on you. Nobody will talk to you carelessly. You will get every respect you want. Even having that education without employment is more than enough.
Yes.
Yep.
So I will encourage everyone, no matter what it is, no matter how difficult it is, financial difficulties, otherwise, you just have to push ahead. Do the needful, even if it means carrying something on your head to sell and get that money. Because it's not everybody that have the opportunity to be in the Western world, to get the government to have them to educate, to get the student loan and all whatnot. We all come from Africa. We know how it is to be educated, the pain our parents go through to put us through that education. You do not give that excuse that no one was there to train me. You can do it yourself. Even for some people that have educated parents and learned and well-to-do parents, some parents don't even give their children that help. But for any child that is determined to be educated, you will see them putting their hands in different cells. I use myself as an example. It is not as if my parents weren't there to educate me, but my elder sister, when I finished primary school, went and bought a sewing machine for me. She wanted me to learn how to try to help myself. It's not as if the money is not there, but they made it look as if I have to struggle before I can get what I want. Sometimes, because she and her husband, they are merchants, heavy merchants. When you talk about merchants, very wealthy. Very early in the morning, 5 a.m., they will wake me up. They want me to follow them to the market to sell things. And you will not disobey that. That even gave me the energetic mind to go into business. I loved everything around there. I was very, very excited. Especially when they sell, I will carry the bag of money. I'm the one that carried the money to go and put away in the pocket. I was so attracted to the whole thing. I said, no, I am going to do this. I'm going to do that. Yeah, my own case might be different. Maybe other people do not have that opportunity, to have the senior ones that can direct them, that can push them. But you can still push yourself. You learn from what is happening in another family and use it to teach yourself. Associate yourself with the right group. There are some group of girls, youths, that if you mingle with them, your dream will die. But if you want to help yourself, mingle with the right crowd. It's the right crowd that will pull you through. And in all support it with prayers. Support it with prayers, whether your family is of a background that prays or not. There is nothing, absolutely nothing you can do without prayers. There is nothing you can do without seeking permission from God. Every day you wake up, you do not need to allow anybody to tell you that. Just move, follow your heart. You die of poverty because you want to die. If your parents are poor, be the one to liberate them. Be the one to bring out their names. Be the one to carry your family logo. You can do it, especially when you're the first child. You do not stay there and fold your hands that my parents do not have it. And you stay there. Others that are your age mates, they go to school, during holidays they come back. You start feeling inferior that, oh, they are no longer in your class. What do you need to do to be like them? Even if it means frying akara, there's something we call beans ball. You can fry akara and use it to educate yourself. You can sell certain things. Ordinary money people dash you. You can put it, you can turn it around. Start by selling ordinary handkerchief. If somebody dash you £1, convert that £1 to your own Nigerian naira or whatever naira it is, or whatever currency it is. See what you can buy to sell, that money will fetch you.
Yes.
Even if it's 1 cent you are making out of it, use it and start educating yourself.
Yeah.
You will benefit from it. Once somebody sees that you have that spirit, that you are very eager to go to school, you will see that people will start supporting you. But you have to start something first for yourself and carry any person around you along. If you see yourself in a crowd that is not making sense to you, try to see if that crowd will see your own point of view. But if they are not following your point of view, that is not the right crowd for you. You need to shift yourself out.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You now recalled in my mind all of these things that you're talking about. I'm telling you. The scripture says, if you fold your arms and sleep, poverty will feed upon you like a pest if you do not. You're talking about all these things. If you look around your environment, there is always things to be done. I started selling that akra and akra banana, akra beans from I carry it on my head. I'll be going around, or bananas. I sell them. Even in university, I begged for a piece of land. And some boys, tell you a funny story, they think they want to come and do something with me. I said, oh yeah, they cleared the piece of land, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not doing it. I was a late starter in life. I don't care. I farmed it, and they were laughing at me. My fellow friends were laughing at me. But I had the okra, I had the corn, I had the vegetable. Then they start buying. I also did marketing. I built something like put wheels. I wheel it when I'm home. I sell while I'm studying. And then I also farm peanuts. I sold bitter leaf. I sold all kinds of things. And when you do that, you empower yourself because you see the money. When I was living for the United States of America, I was so rich. I did not want to go out with any man that would be telling me that I'll give you money. No. I had $400 in my post office account in Cameroon from what I was selling. I left it for my mom because I know that my mom is a sickly. So I left that money before coming to the United States. There's lots of things you can do. Okay, I am a doctor. They asked me, they call me, are you a doctor of agriculture? I say, yep, I'm a doctor of everything. Behind my home right here in the United States, because everybody should hear right in Africa, because they think that you harvest money from the trees when you are in the United States. I farm here the corn, the potatoes, the beets, the okra, the watermelon, the vegetable, everything. So you can do something. Don't just fold your arms and be asking for money. It's the same principle here with our passive. We are not just going to be handing money out to people without teaching them how to do it for themselves. That is exactly people here in Unpassive. So this is so true. Imagine if we did not take a leap of faith to come here in this one global movement. We will be here. Are we going to be here today trying to teach these children? No. You need to make up your mind. Like Sister Esther says, if you are in a crowd that they are not thinking about investment in whatever way they can, leave that group. It's not for you. Choose and pick your friends. A lot of friends are dream killers. They will kill the dream that God put in you intentionally. And a lot of them, they are afraid that you cannot leave them. Like my colleagues now that I was working, I don't work anymore for anybody. They were afraid when I was studying that I would leave them. But I had to, because I was not getting anywhere just surrounding myself with those kind of people. A lot of people are dream killers. Your dream was given to you, not to them. You're the only one. Look at Mr. Ashman Farah. His dream was given to him. Look at what he's doing with the dream. And this dream was also given to me and us here, because we have similar dreams. Look at what we are doing now. One global movement is here for you, and one global movement is here from Unpassive to serve the entire world, particularly children, with a focus on the young woman. So thank you so much. You guys have contributed a big deal. I know that Sister Yvonne was giggling because, because we were saying, because those are true. Those are but those are the it goes from society to society. But
yes.
In Africa, you have everything. We need to change the mindset of children around the world, because they've been so brainwashed to think that they are poor, they don't have anything, but the wealth is around them. The wealth is there. I tell you guys, I can't wait to go to everywhere in the villages, everywhere in the world, and do that farming so that they can see that. And you guys are going to see this summer. So thank you so much. You guys, if you guys have anything, go ahead and say it.
No, I think we can let our attendees now, and Dr. Benny's in there, and she's very making a lot of contributions. So we want to get to those.
Hello, Kusha. Thank you so much. Thank you. And educating girls and young women will enable them to have their say in that decision. That is very true. Yes. Hello, our brother Levi's here. Hello, brother Kushal and wonderful family of #One Global Movement. Thank you so much, our brother Levi. We highly appreciate you. Queen Sister Yvonne Finn, greetings. Yes. And today's topic is interesting for both parties, young women and men. Yes. Thank you so much for writing that, because it's not just for young girls. Thank you so much. Greetings, Sister Mundih, and all attendees to #One Global Movement. #SpeakWithHeART. Yes. And please share your comments on the topic for today, marriage or education first. What is your opinion? And Dr. Benny is here, welcoming all of us here, the affiliates and the audience, and #One Global Movement, and everyone here. And #Mr. Ashman Farah, because if not of Mr. Ashman Farah, we will not be here today. So thank you so much, Dr. Benny, for contributing from the chat. And everyone says #One Global Movement, #Educate Girls, #O-CADEMY, #O-Bless, #Yvonne Finn. Yes, very important. Thank you so much. And knowledge and skills. Pursuing education can equip you with knowledge, skills, and qualifications that can enhance your career prospects. Very important. You see, that's why we see not just classroom education where you only learn the theory. You can also educate yourself by learning a trade, learning how to do business. Like we have all these products now in Unpassive. Each and every one of us here has a place to fit in Unpassive. And we can take this to the world, because everyone in the world, every child has a place to fit in Unpassive. And we're going to be doing that here in One Global Movement as I continue to register young people without knowing where the resources are going to come to purchase the product, but they will come. We have to try to shift their mind in the direction that is going to be progressive. So children should get marriage counseling through church ministry before engagement. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Brother Levy. Very true. Completing your education before marriage can provide a sense of independence and self-reliance. Yes, Dr. Benny, thank you so much. And then a good education often leads to better job opportunities and financial stability. Not just stability, but financial freedom. That's why we must invest in on-passive, our spirit, soul, and everything, so that these children can begin to have something tangible that they can rely on, right?
Yes. Yes.
So hashtag independence, hashtag education, hashtag one heart, hashtag patient, hashtag courting. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. And we have Sister Yvonne said, poverty is still a barrier to accessing education for many young girls globally. Well, it will soon be no more because we are
Exactly. Yes.
on perseverance.
Yes.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to One Global Movement. Speak with Heart. Today, I'm a bit late, but I'm here and greeting all you, everyone.
Thanks for coming, John.
And peace. Thank you. And okay, let me see. Our sister Nancy is here. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to One Global Movement. Yes, thank you so much, Nancy. You're highly welcome here. And Brother Levy is welcoming everyone. You guys are welcoming each one. That's Esther Kumar. Yes, Unpassive is my heart. And oh wow, yes, Unpassive is changed this planet. Yes,
Yes,
it has.
yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ashok. And we have Dr. Bennett says, personal growth. Some argue that marriage can limit personal growth opportunities. Yes, of course. When you married at the wrong time, it can. But when you have, for me, what I would say is, when like the young girls that we are talking about, that can limit personal growth opportunities. But if we are fully educated on the choices that we make, who to marry, why we are marrying that person, and not why because of material needs, of money or whatever, do you love this person? Does this person truly love you? Is it what kind of love? Love, the spiritual love, not the world, the love of the world, the spiritual love. Because if you don't see God in somebody, I always say, don't go there. God first before that love. Very, very important. Thank you so much, Dr. Benny. And welcome, Sir John Barilla and everyone here to One Global Movement. Thank you. Yes, that can be true, Dr. Benny. We need to prepare out young women to make wise choices in their husbands. These men must share the same values as them. Very true. And hashtag policy changing, hashtag equality, hashtag right choices. Thank you so much.
Yes,
beautiful, beautiful hashtag for this topic. Thank you. And we have our sister, Pierre. How are you? Thank you so much for being here today. You're highly welcome. I hope you're doing well with all the children in your home and around you. Say hello to everyone. Thank you so much. And hello, everyone joining in from lecture. See, this is a panelist who is a panel, but still going to school. You see that? It's a lifelong learning process. You never stop. Never.
That's right. That's right.
Yes. If you stop, your life will stop too. Greetings,
Absolutely.
Sister Esther. Good to see you. Did you want to join the panel? Oh. And hi, everyone. Good evening. Very excited. Live session. Thank you, everybody. I love Unpassive. Yes.
Amen.
Unpassive has brought us here. So we can never, never stay away from admitting that fact. We thank God for everything, that we were born for such a time as this.
Amen.
You are absolutely amazing. Hashtag Dr. Mundih, hashtag Yvonne Finn. Well, 2 doctors. Hashtag Dr. Benny.
I'm not a doctor.
Yes. We are doctors in our various endeavors. That's what I must say. We don't want society to define who a doctor can be because of
that's true. That's true. That is true.
Yeah. And hashtag much respect to our queen, speaking with heart. Thank you so much. And then hashtag independence, hashtag resiliency. Yes. Beautiful hashtag, guys. Beautiful. Hello, Yvonne Mundih and Yvonne Finn, John Barilla, and everyone else here from Melanie. Melanie. Huh.
No,
Melanie. Oh, it's a different Melanie, not the other one. All right. Hello, Melanie. How are you? And I am a bit late joining, but did not want to miss it. No, you were here.
Yeah, Melanie joined us yesterday, and then she said she'll be back again, and here she is today.
Yeah,
again.
now here, see,
Thank you,
kept
Melanie.
your word. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
she did.
You
Yes,
you have high integrity. You are devoted to work together with all of us so that we can change the rhetoric for our children worldwide. You say you will be here. Yvonne recalled that, and now
yes,
thank you
she
so
did.
much.
Yes,
We love you. Thank you. Dr.
Thank
Benny
you.
says extraordinary contribution, Queen Yvonne Finn and Queen Esther, regarding this topic. Lots of love. Yes, you guys
Thank you, Dr. Benny.
wonderful. Hashtag Melanie
Marcona.
Triple,
Triple.
I don't know. Thank you.
Triple EV, yes.
And we have AP here today. Thank you so much, Brother AP, and thank you for your wonderful contribution this morning to the Bharat International Group. I highly appreciate you for what you're doing for them, for Unpassive, and for One Global Movement. Thank you. And thanks, Yvonne Mundih and Yvonne F, Yvonne M, Yvonne F, and Esther SRC for your valuable contribution to this topic. Okay. Melanie says, Mundih, you are a great inspiration. You guys are too. You said you will come here today and you're here. You don't know. That's an inspiration too. Big one.
Yes.
I can identify with you. Yes. Thank you so much. And Surrender. Hello, good afternoon, evening. Drinks, Dr. Benny, and everyone here on Passive Family, friends and sisters. Akaliji, Sad Sri Akaliji. In your dialect, don't worry, the interpreters are here. And the John Barilla says, so happy to see many regular supporters of One Global Movement speak with heart here today. Yes, we give them a hand because these people are coming here. They are devoting their time to help children. Thank you guys for coming here. Thank you, John, for saying that. We highly appreciate you.
Yes.
And our brother here says, AP, welcome, warm welcome. That's and Esther said, all thanks to all of us, dearest John Barilla. We appreciate all your contributions too, for all you do for hashtag One Global Movement. We're going to be putting those hashtags together, S. When you put them together, artificial intelligence will read them very well. Thank you. And let me go down to see if I see any new person.
No, there's nobody new today. We're all regulars. Isn't that nice?
Yes, that's beautiful. Nice. Very beautiful. So, and Esther said, hashtag Mr. Ashmufara, put it together. Hashtag Unpassive and hashtag One Global Movement together. We thank our CEO for giving us the dream that gave birth to One Global Movement, and hashtag Clifford Agnes got the Rock Foundation and the Water Foundation from Yvonne Finn. We need to start putting those things in here.
Okay.
Putting our own initiative, but thank you for doing that, Esther. That is very important. Yeah. We need to start putting those things so that we know what we're doing. Because all of these things are one. Yes. Madi Jacotin, how are you? Welcome. Yes, hello, Dr. Yvonne and your fellow panelists. You are looking great and sounding even better. Thanks for caring. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. That makes us feel good, right?
Yes.
Thank you. And we have next generation. Good evening, everyone. How are you? And thank you so much for being here. And if that's okay with you, we want your name to be written so that our children can know you by name. Because when we deal with children, we want to make sure that everything is pure, clean, and everything can be read by them. So thank you so much for being here today. We highly appreciate you. And Melanie says, it's good to be educated so that you become aware of the things that are presented before you. So yes, education first, and wise choices can prevent a disaster.
Absolutely.
The wise choice that my grandmother took on me, that's what you see here today. Otherwise, I would have been wobbling in a marriage or I don't know what. Thank you. Marriage is a distraction to education for young men and women. To our youth, if you do not have any pressure for marriage, which some cultures pose, please choose education first for your sanity. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Sorry, my battery is going down. This can knock me off now. because it's been long. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Good luck with your classes, okay? Thank you so much.
It's fine. I've finished. Once I finish, I'll start heading home. It takes me long to get home.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you
Hashtag
very much.
importance of education is vital. Hashtag one global movement. Hashtag interesting subject. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. And Esther here says, education will give you the standing you need in the society and accord you the respect you deserve. Cutting off feelings of inferiority complex that snatch away your success. Boldness is success, and you can approach anyone on your way success with education.
Education. Yep.
Education, education, and more education. Yes, yes. And Dr. Benny said, I want to thank Queen Brady for an extraordinary job putting the topic together. Lots of love. Yeah, she puts the graphics together. She is our graphic designer and she's doing so well. This one is this other background here. It's our beautiful sister Sharon for the Women's History Month, which is very beautiful too. Thank you.
Very beautiful. Yes, indeed.
Yes. Hashtag Ash Mufare. Let's put the hashtags together so that AI can read it. Okay.
Yes.
Hashtag unpassive. Hashtag one heart. Hashtag one big family. Okay. Almost done. So, and did I miss any? I didn't miss anybody, did I?
No, you did not.
Okay, good. Okay. Queen Brady, thanks for the beautiful background. Yes,
indeed.
Thank you guys so much. We are done for today, and I was thinking we're going to play our unpassive music, and then we can just close. Okay. Meanwhile, if the music is done, we are done for the day. Just remember to always remind our children to stay focused, stay encouraged, stay empowered, and always believe in endless possibilities. So we're going to play our unpassive international anthem, and we can call it a day.
Thank you, Dr. Mundih. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Remove me from the focus.
Remove you from the focus. Why? We all have to suffer. You're not escaping.
Shining into the future, we rise high with one heart and revolution, lifting up humanity as we rise, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn, we are the stars. Shining down, we're a nation rising with wonder, with one hope, solutions, lifting up humanity, rise high, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn, we are the stars.
I don't even.
This is what Mr. Ash's father does.
Yes.
Then he goes like this.
I know. He likes to be fun. Yes.
I You have to get from the company to come to the from the different. So what I wanted about is looking to the non-filter, the thinking, the where you get to the and the non-filter, the on the ground, try and go and get the food. And while he was calling to the people, he couldn't call. And so I was calling.
In it to win it. In it to win it. We are the unicorn. Hashtag we are the unicorn. Hashtag we are the stars. Hashtag standing tall. Hashtag in it to win it. Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys so much for today. And hashtag Cadmo. What is Cadmo? I have never taken the time to know the meaning. Oh no. That's enough now. Hashtag Cadmo. Hashtag technical.
Technology with heart. Hashtag Jeffrey Morlock. That's his latest video. And hashtag One Global Movement.
Can you send me that video, please?
Yeah.
I knew you were going to ask that. I think I have it. I will find it.
I have it too. I don't know how to find it. He sent it to me, but I can't find it. Maybe
Okay.
If when you get it, can you send to me too?
Yes, I will. My phone is a problem. I don't have it anymore. Okay, bye guys.
Okay.
We love you.
Bye everybody.
See
Have a
you
good
at
day.
8 p.m. tonight or again tomorrow. We can only rise higher and higher. Bye-bye. Say hello to all the children around you and give them hugs and kisses. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
I mean,